welcome. Everyone's gone home now. The library's empty. It's just you and I here. It's even quieter than it was before. It's so still and peaceful. It's been such a busy day. It was a quiet whisper day, and we had a lot of people coming in to just relax and even have a sleep. But lots of books were read and moved around. Overall, it was a great day. Yes, I've done so much whispering that I'm having a throat sweet now. That's what you can hear, I think. So I'll lock up soon, turn off the lights, head off home. Sometimes though, I like to just relax a little, sit at my desk, wind down from the day, and just enjoy the peace. You can sit with me if you like. I thought I might give my nails a repaint. With all the tapping on the keyboard. Just on the tips. The polish wears off a little. Lots of typing today. So I'll move all my things out of the way. And this table cover is so soft. I've been doing this to it all day. It makes the working day so much calmer and smoother. If you like, we have our soft furnishings around us. Nice. So I'll move my phone just over here. And the books a little. I can put this keyboard away for the day. Make myself some space. I'll just pop it over on the top here. It's always a nice atmosphere in here during the day. But I find at night still. Got my cards here. This is the stamp I use sometimes. I have a few different stamps. You can adjust the year. Look at this. Adjust the date. Good. It's an old school stamp. I like them. And this is the ink that goes with it. I haven't done too much stamping today. When I have a lot to do, I have a big ink stamp and a few different stamps on the go for various things. Just move my screen. Let's pop those over there. And this is the clip for my name badge. But I didn't have it on today. And these are some cards that go inside the books. There's a sleeve in the book, and you just stamp, fill in the card, and pop it inside the sleeve. But we have so many of them, and sometimes I use them to make notes as well. These are the polishes I'm wearing at the moment. This one is called My Harmony, and it's nail kind. I usually find with this one that I need a few coats, so to cover the worn out bits on the ends and pop another coat on, it will be quite good. And then I have a top coat, and this one is Armour by Zoya, but any top coat will usually do, I think. I have one by Barry M as well. This one has quite a nice brush. The bottom is a good shape to take out enough suppose this is like a dusty purple, kind of. But it has perhaps a hint of beige as well. And it's not too thick, so it doesn't drag across the nail. It glides quite nicely. Of course, when you've got a coat on already, or a couple of coats, the edges are all set out, so it's easy to do. Don't need to worry too much about going right to the edge. And when you paint, to do the free edge, you can just go like that if you want. But I like to sometimes do this as well, as long as it's not too thick and it doesn't leave a ridge on the end. Because I'm left-handed, so I tend to do this hand first, but I can still manage on the other side, the other hand. If I was doing it from scratch and starting the edges for the first time, I'd probably take a little bit longer just for that first coat. Through the end. It dries fairly quickly. Doesn't take too long. That's probably okay. If I hold it up to the light and if there is any light showing through, maybe could have another one, but this would make the third coat, I think, and I think that's about enough. So I can try them Cool. Okay. So let's add the top coat. There's a little bit on the top there, on the rim. So let's try and get that off. That's better. It's nice and clean so it doesn't stick. Okay. It just protects the shine, the colour, makes it a little more hard wearing. This one, the brush is quite small, so I need to put quite a bit on, or it seems like a lot. But it dries really well. The difference between this one and the Barry M is that the Barry M has a wider brush and it kind of applies a little easier in less strokes, and you can carry more of the top coat on the brush. There we go. That's spruced up, ready for tomorrow. It's a nice colour, isn't it? Sort of soft for the late summer, going into autumn. Nice. Let's have a flick through a book while it dries. haven't looked at this book for quite a long time. It's called Quiet by Susan Cain. The power of introverts in a world that can't stop talking. The book that started a quiet revolution. For far too long, those who are naturally quiet, serious or sensitive have been overlooked. The loudest have taken over, even if they have nothing to say. It's time for everyone to listen. It's time to harness the power of introverts. It's time for quiet. And Naomi Wolf said, "We'll make quiet people see themselves in a whole new light." And Daisy Goodwin from the Sunday Times said, "Quiet's central thesis is fresh and important. Perhaps it's time we all stopped to listen to the still, small voice of calm." And even the text is small. Library card sleeve. This is the author's note. I've been working on this book officially since 2005 and unofficially for my entire adult life. I have spoken and written to hundreds, perhaps thousands of people about the topics covered inside, and have read as many books, scholarly papers, magazine articles, chat room discussions and blog posts. Some of these I mention in the book. Others informed almost every sentence I wrote. Quiet stands on many shoulders, especially the scholars or researchers whose work taught me so much. In a perfect world, I would have named every one of my sources, mentors and interviewees. But for the sake of readability, some names appear only in the notes or acknowledgements. Montgomery, Alabama, December 1st, 1955, early evening. A public bus pulls to a stop and a sensibly dressed woman in her 40s gets on. She carries herself erectly, despite having spent the day bent over an ironing board in a dingy basement tailor shop at the Montgomery Fair department store. Her feet are swollen, her shoulders ache. She sits in the first row of the coloured section and watches quietly as the bus fills with riders, until the driver orders her to give her seat to a white passenger. The woman utters a single word that ignites one of the most important civil rights protests of the 20th century. One word that helps America find its better self. The word is no. If you're not sure where you fall on the introvert-extrovert spectrum, you can assess yourself here. Answer each question true or false, choosing the answer that applies to you more often than not. I prefer one-to-one conversations to group activities. I prefer to express myself in writing. I enjoy solitude. I seem to care less than my peers about wealth, fame, and status. I dislike small talk, but I enjoy talking in depth about topics that matter to me. People tell me that I'm a good listener. I'm not a big risk taker. I enjoy work that allows me to dive in with few interruptions. I like to celebrate birthdays on a small scale with only one or two close friends and family members. People describe me as soft-spoken or mellow. I prefer not to show or discuss my work with others until it's finished. I dislike conflict. I do my best work on my own. I tend to think before I speak. I feel drained after being out and about, even if I've enjoyed myself. I often let calls go through to voicemail. Some more. If I had to choose, I'd prefer a weekend with absolutely nothing to do to one with too many things scheduled. I don't enjoy multitasking. I can concentrate easily. In classroom situations, I prefer lectures to seminars. And the more often you answered true, the more introvert you probably are. If you found yourself with a roughly equal number of true and false answers, then you may be an ambivert. Yes, there really is such a word. It's interesting, isn't it? And there's a lot of information in this book. Beyond temperament, the role of free will and the secret of public speaking for introverts. Cobblers and Generals: How to Cultivate Quiet Kids in a World That Can't Hear Them. With anything young and tender, the most important part of the task is the beginning of it, for that is the time at which the character is being formed and the desired impression more readily taken. Plato. This is the lady who wrote it. Susan Cain is the author of Quiet, the Sunday Times and New York Times bestseller, which has been translated into over 30 languages. Since her 2012 TED Talk was posted online, it has been viewed over 3 million times. So, shall we lock up now? My polish has more or less dried. Okay, let's do that then. It's time to go. I'll look up after you. Okay. Thank you for spending this time with me in this lovely quiet library, all to ourselves. Lots of love to you.